Hey guys, it is TekGeekHD here again with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a quick overview and almost kind of a review of the Speck CandyShell grip. Now, I have had this case for a while. In fact, I bought this case a day before I actually bought, or the day before my iPod actually arrived, like the day before I got my iPod, because, you know, it seemed like a really good case at the time, and my opinion has changed about it. Being a really good case, but not too much, and I'm going to explain why in this little review. So, the Speck CandyShell grip is a great case. Let me give you guys a quick tour about it. So, Speck has always been reputed as possibly one of the best case manufacturers for your iDevice or other company products as well, but I especially think that, you know, I have a bunch of different devices which I've always covered with Speck cases. I have occasionally used like an you know, case-mate case or something like that, but my number one brand probably, which I would always go back to if it was a case that I needed to put on my device, both for style and functionality, without adding too much bulk to your device, is a Speck case. And the one that I have here, as you know, you guys probably know, is a Speck CandyShell grip. So, it's almost kind of like a hybrid case, as you guys know that the Speck CandyShell series is actually hybrid cases, because they do have two parts to it, though the thing with that is that it's actually molded in. They're not removable like in other cases. So the Speck CandyShell grip has these really cool rubbery grippy pads on these four parts at the back of your iPod Touch, or on the back of the case. These are like a hard black rubber, and they do feel very nice. The rest of it is like a hard, reflective white polycarbonate material, and unfortunately this, I do believe that this is the only color that it's available in, the black and white. Do correct me if I am mistaken. Now also, we do have the Speck logo right here, and the actual logo part of it is in black, while the actual word Speck is in white, and now the black part is actually rubber, so it's really just a cutout inside the polyurethane. Now that rubber does actually go into the inside of your device, as you guys can see here. It leads out into the buttons as well, and I'll get back to that in a second, but it is the main interior part of the case. Inside the case, it is still that rubber. It isn't soft, and if you do get dust in here, it is going to scratch up against your iPod Touch. Now, I haven't been using this case for a long time. I've actually been using a different case, one by Capdace, I believe, and I'll explain why again in a minute. So again, we have our Speck logo and the word Speck there, and that's the rest of the case. So I'm just going to quickly put my iPod Touch back in here, and let me explain why my opinion has actually changed about this case from when I bought it. So I saw some reviews, and you know, they all said lots of positive things about it, but the first thing that I am really not a big fan of on this case is that the buttons are extremely hard to push. I mean, you really have to apply quite a decent amount of force between until you can actually get the button to work, and I really hate having to do that, because when I lock my device, you know, I don't want to go pushing down on it really hard, and sometimes I get the feeling that my button's actually just going to get stuck in there. The volume buttons are a little bit better than the power button, but not a whole lot. So the main thing with the first thing that changed my opinion about this case was the buttons. They are extremely uncomfortable to press down on. As you guys can see here, they do still respond, but you do have to give a fair bit of pressure, or apply a fair bit of pressure to it before you can actually get the result on your device, because if I'm tapping on it lightly, nothing's gonna happen. You really have to push down. Now, the second thing is, it actually breaks quite easily. Now, as you guys may be wondering, look at the bottom of this case. It is actually broken. So there actually used to be this rubber bit that would go along the bottom here, and another bit of polycarbonate protecting it, just like in the top, except there was, you know, like a cutout for the 30-pin connector and speaker and, you know, earphone jack, obviously, but that actually broke quite easily. I don't even remember what exactly I was doing. It was quite a while back. It was literally within a week of me actually putting in my iPod into this case. And I was really angry at that, because, you know, I spent a fair amount of money on this case, and I didn't expect it to break so easily. But aside from that, you know, it does provide the protection needed for this case, or the protection needed for your device, because I don't mind dropping my iPod like that, because I do know that it has this really nice lay on the table design, as you guys can see around it. Now, these little bits over here of rubber on the sides actually do protect from minor bumps. Like if I drop it like that, or on the corner, it's actually going to protect from bumps and things, which is really nice. And the case overall does look very nice. Whether you have a black or white iPod Touch, it's still going to look really good on your device. So overall, out of 10, I'd probably give this case 5.5 or 6, just because of the problem with the buttons and it breaking easily. The rest of it, you know, nothing's really happened, except since that piece broke and I've been putting my iPod Touch in and out, these parts have loosened a bit, because that used to actually hold it in together, and now it's actually drifted a little bit apart, so it's very easy to take the case, or take the iPod out of the case. As you guys can see here, it will just like easily just pop out. But aside from that, it's a good case if you treat it properly, and maybe it's just the one where I've gotten stuck with weird buttons, but the buttons are pretty hard to press. So anyway guys, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this short review on the Speck CandyShell grip. I will put a link to a page where you can actually purchase the Speck CandyShell grip. It's obviously going to be Speck's own website page. So if you guys want to, and do check out a couple of other reviews if you guys would like before buying, because maybe it's just my product here that had these issues, but you know, otherwise, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if it helps you out, that would be great if you guys could, you know, leave a like rating, and you can do that by pressing the little thumbs up button in the bottom right of this video, bottom left of this video, I'm sorry. And if you guys would like to stay updated with all my latest content, stay up to date with it and stuff, you know, you can hit the little subscribe button right up top on top of the video, and that'll, you know, I'll let you guys know every time I upload a new video. Aside from that, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.